Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Daily App number 21, maybe 22. And today I want to talk about something that I think it's really relevant, especially today, which is why men struggle with vulnerability or with emotions. So I feel like this video might be like more guided towards women because I feel like they usually have a harder time on understanding this. Whereas we men, we all share like some pretty similar experiences and we kind of know why it is that way. So first of all, like a big disclaimer, I'm not saying that we like shouldn't be vulnerable. I'm not saying that we shouldn't show emotions. This is not a statement on how things should do or should be, sorry, but more observation on why things are the way they are. So okay, first thing, with being vulnerable, right? I feel like a lot of women don't like think that we men are afraid of being vulnerable because we want to be seen as like, oh, these tough guys. And they might wish for more men to be more emotionally mature and more in touch with their emotions. Because I don't know, like I think that a lot of women think that is it because of the macho culture, right, of machismo and things like that. But honestly, it has to be more about what experience, like the experiences that we have. Now, sure, this might be something that was shaped by the patriarchy culture, but like keep in mind, like we were all kids at one point, so the experiences that we experienced were not in our control. It's just how things are, and those things like really shape you. So for example, especially with vulnerability, like women are, oh, why men are not more vulnerable? Well, the things that from the woman's experience, vulnerability is something that is embraced, right? Like I remember when I was like in high school or like even middle school, if one of my female classmates cried or was sad, people would like hug them, or will be more willing to show them, that they were there for them. They would like to protect them, and that's not only something that happens pretty naturally. Like in like luckily for me, I haven't experienced this much, but the few times that I've seen like a woman cry or like be very vulnerable in front of me or in my presence, I get this urge that I'm like, oh man, I want to protect her. And I'm not saying it because I'm romantically interested in this woman. I'm just saying like it's something pretty natural, right? To protect like a woman crying. If you see like a woman struggle, your first instinct is, oh, go and help her. So I feel like for a lot of women, they were shown this like as a positive feedback loop. It's like, oh, I show when I'm vulnerable, when I'm sad, and people will help me. So it's a good thing to show that you need help. Now for men, the story is very different. I remember talking with a friend of mine and telling him like, oh man, I don't know, like I feel like I want to cry, but I really struggle with crying, even though I want to. And he told me something that really stuck with me because he said, like, yeah, it's because when we were young, do you remember when you like fell off and scraped your knee and it hurt? And I was like, yeah, of course. And do you remember you feel like wanting to cry, but then your mom or your dad or whoever was the person in charge of you would like pull you up and be like, come on, like, and give you like a pat on the shoulder or on the back, like, come on, like. And that's the thing, like it wasn't never like a thing of like, come on, don't cry, but it was that intrinsic feeling that you get that is like, come on, overcome it, like just push it. Even though for a kid to scrape their knee and cry, it's pretty normal, we from a very young age, we were never called like bad things for showing that, but it was more like we encouraged you to just overcome it. And that feeling, it's something that's really small, right? Like you fell off and you scrape your knee, but that feeling, it's something that it's in your head. It's like when this emotion of sadness, of vulnerability is going to come, you are encouraged to like just push through it, toughen up. Even though it's never like explicitly stated, like my dad never said something like boys don't cry. but you kind of like see it, right? Like without the explicit words, you still kind of like get the idea. And the same thing for crying. So, oh, I mean, so like older. So, for example, like once again, I remember a couple times in my high school or middle school class, boys would cry, right? Because they were really sad. And the reaction was totally opposite to what happened with girls. Like we would not encourage these guys. We would just, we will also wouldn't bully them, right? I mean, at least not most of the people, right? Like most of the people are not going to bash a guy that's already down, but most of the people just ignore him, right? It was like, oh, he's dealing with some things and that's like, you know, their own problems is respectable. We're going to like give him space, you know? And once again, like that's the mentality that you start getting from things, right? It's like, oh, when I'm sad, when I'm mad, when I'm angry, I need to be left alone. Or more than that, is like people don't want to actively help you, right? You're just giving your space so you figure your shit out. And yeah, oh man, like the memories, I'm just remembering this, it's like touching something inside of me. So yeah, I'm sure that there are a lot of more examples of what I'm saying, but that's the thing, you know, it's like, even though we now say to men, be vulnerable and do all of these things, and many of us have actually opened up more than before to all of this, there is still something that shaped you when you were young, and that I feel like it still shapes a lot of the men that are like going out in the world. I myself are a teacher, private teacher. So I do have contact with people from the younger generations, right? Like, of course, my students are usually between the ages of 14 to 18. And I try to talk with them about many things. And honestly, they tell me the same thing, you know, like this same experience that I'm sharing with you, that you might say, oh, but now the times have changed. Now it's not like that. It is, guys, like guys and girls, like it is, you know, it's the same. They tell me, oh yeah, when we fight, like for example, one of my students that had a girlfriend, when we fight and we're both sad, people will go to you to show you support and protect you, and I'm immediately the bad guy, regardless of what the argument was about, even if they were both in the wrong. Like they don't even try to like understand. It's like immediately, like that's how you react, that's how people react. And that people reacting, and like I'm saying, both men and women, by the way, I'm not discriminating against one sex, but that people reacting that you experience as a man is what shapes you to avoid those kind of circumstances, because you don't really think that anybody's going to want to help you or be with you, right? So that's why a lot of men bottle it up. Yeah. Well, I hope this shares some light on this specific topic. It's definitely a topic that hits closer to home for me. So anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.